members in this club meet its goals. She's posturing herself to continue learning and to continue developing. Today, Amy is performing the first speech in the manual, the icebreaker, and it's titled Posturing. It's 8 to 10 minutes in length. And now please help me welcome Amy Full.
I hope I might possibly get to share something today on the importance of posturing.
Excuse me, Amy, we're having a hard time hearing you, and if you don't mind me saying so, you usually come out with a lot more confidence.
What? Volume? Confidence?
Yeah, confidence.
What, is this enough for you? I got something to tell you. Well, and you too, and how about you? I got something to tell you today too. Posturing is very important. How did that make you feel when demonstrating two extremes of posturing and communicating? Did either of those ends give you confidence that I was actually listening to you or was going to communicate well with you? No. I think we'd agree with experts that say our nonverbal communication says a lot. It speaks volumes about our attitude and our intent. And because of that, that's why I am extremely conscious of how I'm posturing myself through a new endeavor and big project. Because I need to hear God through it on the next right steps. And not only the next right steps, but when to take them. Because I don't want to get too far ahead, nor do I want to lag behind where I'm supposed to be. My effort is a message. I don't know if it's simply to be a study guide or a book or a conference series or simply a way to clarify my mind as I mentor others. Maybe a combination of some or all of them. We'll have to see. What it is, it's an outline at this point, and it's called Love Again, Preparing for Something Precious. And its intended audience is for women, especially women who may be considering or actually in a new relationship, especially after a broken one, or after widowhood, or divorce. The intent is to come alongside and provide practical experiences and provide guidance and encouragement. But I need to hear God through this process. I'm sure as God has taken you through each and every one of your adventures, we would all cry out in the same way, saying, Lord, I need to hear you. I want to hear your voice. Reveal yourself to me. Just let me hear that still, small voice. Why does it have to be a still, small voice? Why can't it just be a big, booming, audible time to hear from him? And closed captioning before my eyes would be very convenient. I would not mistake it. Unfortunately, though, that's not the way it tends to be. We have to wait on him. Or could there actually be an important component of posturing ourselves before him properly? Let's think about that as we go to the famous still small voice passage of 1 Kings 19. When we get to that point, we catch up with Elijah after he's had a mountaintop experience where he's defeated the priests of Baal on Mount Carmel, and the drought has ended, but we've caught up with him just beyond that point, where he's gone running scared. He even left his servant behind, went running for the hills because he was afraid of Jezebel, and he's hiding out there, and he's quaking, and he's defeated, and he says, Lord, just let me die. I'm familiar with that sensation. Because sometimes when I think about the energy it's going to take to make this a reality, I get overwhelmed. And I get defeated sometimes. Does that ever happen to you? Well, back to our story. The heroes of faith are just men and women like you and me. They're not different. And while we aren't given a color commentary about the posture of Elijah, I bet if we were to peer in with our imaginations, we would see him reacting just like we would. And at that moment, God tells him, go out on the mountainside because the Lord is going to reveal himself to you. All right? Okay. Ready? And then there was a great wind that shook the mountains. Whoa! Oh, whoo! But the Lord was not in that wind. All right? But then, whoa! An earthquake. Whoa! That shook the mountainside. But the Lord was not in the earthquake. And then, fire! But the Lord was not in the fire. But then, after the fire, and only then, a still, small voice. We aren't told what God told Elijah in that moment. And it really doesn't even matter, because it was personalized for him and what he needed to hear. Beautiful thing is, he was postured to listen, and listen well. We know he listened well because after that time, he got up and was empowered. The rest of his documented life, he is walking in bold, God-glorifying victory. I want to be in that posture. I want to be able to listen and listen well. I want to go forward